So, oh my gosh, it's really hurting. See that? Yeah, I'm doing treatment because it is really hurting if I don't take any fat. Oh my gosh, don't eat curry. Curry must be having that kind of function to make you lose weight. That's why the pain is the highest, I guess, because I didn't consume fat. I didn't. Oh my gosh, it's hurting. But I gotta say something. Since you know what happened to Istanbul, yeah, because people, especially I recently watched the Istanbul Netflix horny movie, and there was like Turkey people who were like thinking nasty uh, thing, thinking about God, right? And that's why Istanbul was that terror or something that happened. Recently, I was just fucking thing. I didn't pay attention to that shit, and there are a lot of happening, right? Uh, so Pakistani accident. I couldn't really pay focus on that shit, but it is related to uh, your nasty thinking. Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna develop sexual fantasy, blah blah blah. That was caused by Turkey people. That's why Istanbul accident happened. The case happened. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But I do know that God is punishing you if you're like, because I want him to be so fucking revengeful in real time. And why they are still doing that shit? Because if the scene is so fucking big, it is very much more efficient to grow them more until they can feel the fear. Yeah, they're gonna keep going until they fear God. Sometimes you gotta force them to fear God's power. Sometimes you gotta like, when God is so fucking pissed, it is way much more efficient to accumulate. Which means if God is like, human is like trying to got you woman, right? You should not really burst in real time. If you get bursted, it means Istanbul caves. You gotta thank God. If you're not, another accident will happen. Anyway, I'm watching Japanese anime. Uh, like imaginary, right? That I mentioned that I created a long time ago around this time, right? So the Amanda is in coma state, right? And he's Raja because I was like communicating with like second Raja. We are like walkie-talkie communication, spiritual walkie-talkie communication too, right? It was so cute. Anyway, so if that imaginary friend, which was like a real thing, imaginary is like a spiritual your partner. I don't know if it is happening to you. Most of people cannot experience that kind of thing, but in my case, these people, Anthrum people, let's make me with that kind of thing, right? Sex trafficking God, right? With like wrong people, like Adam Nael, Brandon G. Hoffman was like a part of this game, even if they don't remember any, if they meet me in person because they have a portrayed God's image, right? So, yeah. Because of Korean people who altered, make me work hard like a slave, and manipulated the camera quality of all my device and lies because I'm nothing like them. So that's how they treat God when God is a woman. And that's the ugliest version of me. and you're like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Still doubting? Yeah, that's why I sometimes release the real version of me. That Anthem client who wanted to fuck God, who was like a Brandon Yopman, Adam Nair. Brandon Yopman. I don't know if he also, but all the people who is related to, who looks like Brandon Yopman, Luigi Mangione, gonna get killed because of Icarus level who don't know their level, right? Thinking that they can fuck God, so that they can be God. Yeah, let them die. So next one, I'm curious what's gonna happen to Jacob because that's too much. What kind of people watch gachi porn? Am I right? Making babies, thinking that they can make God. They claim to their youngest son is like Matthew. What the fuck? So you guys think that you make a baby thinking of God? Huh? You think you can have a God? yeah, they are Antichrist. Yeah, oh my gosh, humans are so fucking funny. And Adam Nael? Think about it. When imaginary friend, when this person don't believe in imaginary friend, imaginary friend leave, and that Amanda, who is me, in coma state, right? So the client of Anthem, who is like Adam Nail's case, when I was like back for help, because I was like I only needed to someone to talk, because I don't remember. Adam Nael, Florian, they only needed to report a police officer, not the hospital, because my parents were gonna sell me. I don't remember exactly the situation, but their duty in this game was only to report the police or just to talk with me on the phone, or like at least at that time I couldn't even have energy. I do remember only that kind of thing. The rest of them, I think God is handling it. So there is no fucking way that I don't remember any. Even when trauma happens, I try not to forget. Unlike other people, I try to rewind them several fucking times so that I don't go back to there. That situation. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. Do you guys maybe try to forget it? No. I'm not that kind of person. When I say move on or try to forget things, it's not true. Because I'm God. When I I'm focused on work because of forgetting trauma, it means it is like super king. On let's just say it's more like on the window page, first page when you open the window. It's not pre-reserved in C or D drive, but it's more like on when you open the window. It's on the trauma is on that window first page. There is no pile, but on the first page you only see that trauma, so that I can avoid the trauma. Next video.